Welcome, guys. I hope you recovered from an 8-game round. We're back to 9 this week, and I'm going to do my tips for round 10 of the season. Just about to say round 9 once more, so I didn't get that stuffed up. I got 5 out of 8 last week, so reasonable week. A couple of little upsets in there that you never quite get, but that's how the game goes. Once you get one wrong, it's double fold, really. I'll go into the first game, Geelong Port Adelaide at Simmons Stadium. Geelong, great win over the Dogs. The job done there at home, and Port Adelaide had the bye, so not too much to report on there. I'm going to go the Cats by 18 points, back into some good form. We play really good footy at Simmons, and I don't feel like we played Port Adelaide there for a while. I feel like Monfils kicked 7 the last time we played down there, but got the win there. So I think we'll just have, hopefully, a good enough want for the footy, and Port Adelaide will be fresh, so it'll be a very tough game, and it'll ebb and flow just like the Dogs game did. So we're going to go Geelong just. Sydney and Hawthorn at the SCG, and the Swans did a very nice job dismantling the Saints, and the Hawks were very good in the first half, and then they fell to pieces in the second half with the Pies attacking game style. I'm going to have to go the Swans by 53 points. They've been in impressive form, and they've won their last 2 or 3, I'm pretty sure, so they're in great touch. The Hawks, they look very beatable and very easy to play against, especially after half time. Sydney at home, they generally beat Sydney at home at the SCG, but Sydney in really good form. The Hawks not the side they were to beat them at the SCG. So Swannies there. The Dogs and the Saints at Etihad Stadium. This is always a bit of a classic 50-50 battle. I think a couple of years ago the Dogs came back from 50 points. No, that was the Saints coming back from 50 points down at half time. And the Dogs went down to Geelong. St Kilda went down to the Saints in a big loss for them. But Sydney are in scintillating form at the moment. I'm going to go the Dogs. I think they've lost 3 in a row, so they'll definitely want to get back on the front foot and to get a win on the board. I just think they'll be desperate enough and will find a way to beat the Saints outfit. But it'll be a very close game. Toss of the coin, that one, and it usually is. So I'm going to go the Dogs there. Melbourne and Gold Coast at what is now TP, which used to be TIO Stadium, so I've just got to remember what it's called. But Melbourne were brave, maybe not brave is the word, but they were not very impressive against North Melbourne. They came back, and again, they didn't go off to a great start. And the Gold Coast Suns also had the bye along with Port Adelaide. So this game's going to be interesting as well. Melbourne don't play this ground amazingly well. Port Adelaide tend to beat them there a lot. I'm going to go Melbourne by 20 points. Don't know if they're expected to win. They probably are. They'll go in as favourites, and they're generally not great when they are the favourite. I think, I've got no reason to tip them, but I'm going to go Melbourne by 20 points. I think they're a better side than Gold Coast and are better than what they're producing. So those will be my reasons. Richmond and Essendon at the MCG. Dreamtime of the G, always a good clash, this one. The Tigers, again, another week where they look like they're about to win the game, and they just get their heart ripped out every time. It's becoming a joke for them. They can't believe it, neither can I. And the Bombers were very, very impressive against the Eagles at Etihad. They're not travelling too well at the moment, West Coast away. I'm going to go the Tigers by 17 points, similar to the Dogs. They've lost a few in a row, and they need to get back on track, and I think they've got the capabilities too. But in saying that, Essendon have been in really, really good form, winning a couple of big ones lately against Geelong and also beating the Eagles at home. But I think, the Tigers, they'll want to get back on track. I think they've got a slightly better list, but we won't go too much into detail about the list. So Tigers just. Adelaide in Fremantle at Adelaide Oval. Should be a real ripper, this one as well. Adelaide, a big win over the Brisbane Lions and the Dockers. Getting the job done over Carlton in the end, be a very, very intriguing clash. I've had some tight ones up here of late. I'm going to go another tight one here, Adelaide by 5 points. They've been found out a little bit in recent times, and the Dockers have been defensively great. If Adelaide break Fremantle apart, could turn into a bit of a blowout, but I think it'll be a close game, and I see the Crows just getting over the line. Collingwood and Brisbane at the MCG. This game will be a little classic here. I think the Pies did a great job on the Hawks, coming back from 43 points down in what was a quarter-time deficit. And the Brisbane Lions, they're just struggling at the moment, has to be said. Adelaide accounted for them very easily at the Gabba. I'm going to go the Pies by 39 points. Lions aren't in great form. They're not playing very great footy at the moment. And if the Pies bring that pressure and they play the way they played against, I guess, Hawthorn, Geelong, and the teams have beaten with that frenetic pressure, they'll get the win. So I'm going to go the Pies by 39. Carlton in North Melbourne at Etihad Stadium. This will be, I reckon, another enthralling contest. We got the Blues, who've lost Sammy Rowe, looks like, for the year with an ACL. And they were brave against the Dockers, but couldn't quite get the win on the board. In North Melbourne, showing some good signs. They beat the D's, and they've had some good wins. Benny Brown in brilliant form. I think North will have the cattle here to get the job done. But Carlton's team defence is certainly one to look out for. They'll certainly make them earn it no matter what. I'm going to go North by 2 points. I reckon it'll be a very close game. It'll go either way, but I'm just reckon North, based on their current form. They're both relatively even matched based on the not even wins and loss, but just their generic form sort of going into this game. So go to North just on that one. And we'll move on to the final game with West Coast and GWS at Domain Stadium. Flat track bullies. Who knows? Very, topic of discussion, that one. They got smashed by the Dons, who are in good form at the moment, but it's just the way they've been beaten outside of Perth. And the Giants, well, they find a way. They get a job 2 weeks in a row and win by 3 points both weeks in a row at the jaws of defeat. So, Giants very lucky or just very resourceful. I'm going to go the Eagles by 9 points. The Giants haven't been in very good form lately. They've been able to get the job done and get over the line, but other than that, they haven't been too impressive. And the Eagles at home, they're very hard to beat there. But it'll be very tough this game, no doubt. But I reckon the Eagles just. So those are my tips for round 10 of the season. Feel free to comment your tips, subscribe for more tips each week to get your fix, and plenty of other content I've got on board as well, so feel free to check that out. Thanks for hanging around, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.